After this video you will build faster and have the best base possible. In the ultimate guide to building, it will include tips and ways to make building better, so it is really useful. It will make you make better builds that are very useful and helpful, get money faster, which can help you get rich as soon as possible, and really do everything you ever wanted. So starting with this epic guide, the first thing that you must know when building is that when making a sawmill setup, for example, it can be really painful to place down conveyors in a line when you need to make an auto unloader, for example, and people usually keep trying to place them like so, and end up spending a lot of their time by placing them from plein air, which is quite painful and annoying. The real way, and the most easy way to place conveyors, without wasting your time, is to place floor blueprints on the ground like so, and then by using the floor blueprints as a guide to placing your conveyors, you can easily place them. This saves you a lot of time, is less painful, and lets you make your sawmill setup or any other build only in a fraction of that time. The next thing that you must know is that when making any build, whether it be a sawmill setup or shop, really any time you make something specific, in order to build it as soon as possible and as easily as possible, one thing that you should always do is that you should always lay out your materials for that one build before you ever start building. Because this way, while building it, it'll be much easier to access the materials while building, compared to finding the materials each time, which takes a lot of time. But by making a pile of materials, this way you get your build done as fast as possible, without wasting a second finding the materials required for the build. And speaking of the materials, if your base build has blueprints in it, like a ramp for an auto unloader, or a wooden box, or really any other wooden build that requires blueprints to function, then make sure that you always fill them up with a simple wood like oak wood or elm wood. I always use oak wood, and it, like any other wood, fills up my blueprints, and at the end, the build looks very nice and simple, and it only takes you little time to get the materials because it's just one simple type of wood, and I would not recommend to use types of wood that are more difficult to obtain, because that doesn't make the setup more efficient, let you get money faster or anything. Well, of course, if you are not making an auto unloader that requires ice wood wedges that make the wedges more slippery, which has a function and cannot be done with any other wood, and the only times when you can use different wood as a decoration is when making something like a shop to attract more players. Now the third, last, and most important advice that I will give you that you must know is that in order to have a great base, earn money quickly, or anything else that you desire that involves building, you must choose the right builds. Do not just make random auto unloaders from bad tutorials or from yourself, because there is a big chance they are not as efficient as they could be. And while you can experiment around with building, to really make sure that your base is the most efficient and the best base possible, you will have to make the right base builds, which is why I urge you to see how to build shops, setups, and every base build you will need, the best designs, and the best tutorials in this video, because you must watch it.